Hello, I'm Dee Perry. Welcome to Applause. On today's show, we meet a man who passes the time by collecting clocks. And we look to the future of a local theater company for whom 50 years has flown by. For the uninitiated, when the clock strikes 12 at Mark McKinley's place, hold on to your hat and your ears. You'll be bombarded by all the bangs, clangs, bongs, and beeps from his humongous clock collection. But once noontime is over, things return to normal, if you consider hundreds of clocks normal.
Get out of bed, you sleepyhead, dickory-dickory-dock.
Everybody is a collector, and the people I talk to, some people say, no, I don't collect anything, but if you mention their pictures of their children, for example, or their ticket stubs from the Indians games, or collections that revolve around trinkets and souvenirs on their travels.
That's Lorain County Community College psychology professor Mark McKinley. Take a look around his Amherst home, and it won't take long to figure out what he collects.
I have the largest talking clock collection in the world.
He has 900 talking clocks, and they come in all shapes and sizes.
Then we have digital talking clocks, and we have analog talking clocks, and we have cartoon people talking clocks, heroes, Superman, Batman.
McKinley started his collection out of necessity. He was looking for a timepiece for his aging mother who was losing her vision. A talking clock made perfect sense.
That was a godsend for her, because when you're sight impaired, I mean, how do you know what time it is? Well, that was one of the reasons behind the proliferation of talking clocks. I mean, there's a big market there for the sight impaired. And so, yes, that's how I got into it. And I figured if I had one, and then I saw another, and then I woke up one morning and I had 17. And I said, I think I'm collecting talking clocks.
He certainly was. McKinley says he started his collection around 1990. It began with purely utilitarian talking clocks for one's desk. Then his daughter found farm animal talking clocks, and his horizons quickly began to broaden.
Everybody collects something about Mickey Mouse. Planes, trains, and automobiles. So we've got motorcycles and trains and automobiles. Religious talking clocks, a number of those Christian, Muslim, Jewish talking clocks, rockets and robots, sports clocks, a whole chapter on sports clocks for every sport that you can think of except curling. For some reason, curling never got the sponsorship of a talking clock. Wall clocks, travel clocks, wristwatches, atomic clocks, branded clocks.
It's time to get up right away.
McKinley's talkative timepieces are stuffed into every available corner of his home, on the stairs, in the closet. He's even built special shelves beneath his garage ceiling, all in the name of his dream.
We're working also on a bricks and mortar museum. I've been working on that for maybe a year and a half. One of my touchstone contacts has been the Amherst Historical Society. And there's still some talk, but nothing firm. But I would like that, certainly, and partly I would like it, because I can get rid of half of these talking clocks. I mean, 900 talking clocks is rather taking up a whole lot of space.
McKinley already has a museum of sorts, an online virtual museum. He's the founder and president of the International Society of Talking Clocks, a nonprofit organization. On the Society's website, talkingclocks.net, you can browse his various galleries and watch an explainer video, Tick Tock Talk. Until he can find a place to display his clocks, online is the only place the public will be able to admire McKinley's collection. And wife Susan will continue to live life in a house where timepieces talk back.
You get used to it. The only time it is an issue is when you need to talk on the phone or have an important phone call. I plan calls around that. Oh, I need to make a call, but I better wait till 5 after.
Not going to work.
Aww.
Bummer.
All these clocks require a lot of attention. McKinley estimates he uses 700 to 800 batteries to power all the clocks he has on display in his home. But the real challenge comes just twice a year.
In fact, I engage the clocks twice a year. And those engagements come with the time change.
You mean you reset them?
Oh, yeah. And it takes about, when you spring ahead, that's more difficult and takes more time than when you fall back. And so it takes about 7 hours. Susan helps me, and we reset all the clocks, which are probably in the house that are active, 220, 230 clocks. It takes about 7 hours over 2 weekends. And then the fall back is much easier if you think about it as to the why. And that only takes us about 3.5 hours.
But Susan says that's a small price to pay to see her husband so happy. Plus, some of his clocks are just downright cool. Check out Moshi.
Hello, Moshi.
Welcome. Command, please.
Today's date?
Today is Wednesday, May 13th, 2009.
Thank you. Hello, Moshi.
Command, please.
Temperature?
The temperature is 68 degrees Fahrenheit.
Thank you, Moshi.
Dr. McKinley says Moshi and the rest of his talking clocks have forever changed the way he relates to time. Thanks to his collection, he no longer tells time, but rather he's told the time.
Elvis has left the building. It's 2 o'clock.
To see examples of Mark McKinley's talking clocks and read his thoughts on the concept of telling time, you can log on to the Applause website and look for a link at WVIZ.org. And for more arts and culture programming, be sure to join me weekdays at 12 p.m. for around noon on your Northeast Ohio NPR station, WCPN 90.3 FM. Well, that's it for this round of applause. I'm Dee Perry. See you next week.